I never believed in cursed objects. Not really. I mean, I'd read the creepypastas and watched the YouTube videos like everyone else, but I always thought it was just good storytelling. People want to be scared, so they make up rules. Don't say his name 3 times. Don't look under the bed. Don't answer the phone when it rings at 3:03 a.m. It's all theater, a way to feel a little shiver before you go back to your safe, normal life. That's what I used to think. Now I don't answer my phone after midnight. I don't care who's calling. I don't care if it's my mother or the hospital or the police. The ringer is off. The phone stays face down on the nightstand, and if it vibrates, I wait. I wait until the sun is up and the room is bright, and I can see that there's no one standing in the corner. Then I check it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. It started with a voicemail. A single voicemail that showed up on my phone at 2:47 a.m. on a Tuesday. I didn't hear it come in. I was asleep. But when I woke up at 7 and saw the little red notification, I assumed it was a wrong number or a spam call. I almost deleted it without listening. The preview said the call lasted 4 seconds. The number wasn't in my contacts. No name, just a local area code I didn't recognize. I hit play and put the phone to my ear. At first, I heard nothing, just the soft hiss of an open line. Then a voice. A woman's voice, but wrong. Too slow, like the recording was playing at half speed. She said 2 words. I had to replay it 3 times to understand them. Help me. That was it. 2 words, stretched and warped, like they'd been pulled through water. Then the line went dead. I figured it was a prank. Someone messing with a voice changer, or a bad connection, or a butt dial from someone in distress. I almost called the number back, but I was running late for work, so I set the phone down and forgot about it. That night, I got another one. 2:47 a.m. again, another 4-second voicemail, same number. This time, the voice was clearer, still slow, still warped, but I could hear more. A second word had been added. Please help me. I sat up in bed. The room was dark except for the blue glow of my phone screen. I looked at the window, closed, the door, locked, everything normal. But I felt it anyway, that small cold trickle at the base of my spine. The feeling that something was watching me from somewhere I couldn't see. I called the number. It rang 4 times, then went to a generic voicemail greeting. A robotic voice recited the digits. No name, no personal message. I left a short, awkward message. Hey, you've called me twice now. Is everything okay? You sound like you need help. Then I hung up and tried to go back to sleep. The next night, 2:47 a.m., my phone buzzed. I was awake this time, reading in bed. The screen lit up with the same unknown number. I answered. Silence. Then breathing. Not the steady in and out of a living person. This was wet, irregular, like someone was inhaling through a throat full of something that shouldn't be there. I said hello. No response. I said hello again, louder. The breathing stopped, and then the voice came. You answered. It wasn't slow this time, it was fast. Too fast. Like someone had hit the fast-forward button on a recording. The words blurred together into a high, thin whine. But I understood them. 3 words. You answered. And then the line went dead. I stared at my phone. The call log showed a 28-second conversation. I hadn't spoken for 28 seconds. I'd said 2 hellos. That was maybe 4 seconds. The rest had been silence in that voice. I tried to tell myself it was a technical glitch, a bad connection, someone messing with a voice modulator. There are a million explanations that don't involve the supernatural. I'm a rational person. I teach high school biology. I believe in cells and mitochondria and the beautiful, explainable machinery of life. I don't believe in ghosts, but I couldn't stop thinking about the way that voice had said, you answered. Not like a question, like a confirmation. Like someone had been waiting for me to pick up. And now that I had, something had started. Something that couldn't be undone. The next morning, I called my phone provider. I asked them to trace the number. The customer service rep put me on hold for a few minutes, then came back with a confused tone in her voice. She said the number was active, but it wasn't registered to any name or address. It was what she called a burner. A prepaid phone with no identifying information. But here was the strange part. According to their system, that number had never made a call. Not one. The call logs showed incoming and outgoing activity, but when she dug deeper, the timestamps didn't match any actual connections. It was like the calls existed in their system, but not in the real world. She asked me if I wanted to block the number. I said yes. That night, my phone rang at 2:47 a.m. The same number. I let it go to voicemail. When I checked the recording, there was no voice this time, just a sound. A low, rhythmic scraping, like something heavy being dragged across concrete. It went on for the entire 4 seconds. Then it stopped. I blocked the number again. It didn't matter. The calls kept coming. Each night, 2:47 a.m. Each night, a new sound. The scraping, then a wet, gulping noise like someone drinking something thick. Then a child's laugh, high and hollow, that went on too long without a breath. Then a whisper, too quiet to understand, but close, so close, like the whisperer was standing right next to my ear. I stopped sleeping. I stopped eating. I lost weight. My students started asking if I was okay. I said I had insomnia. I didn't tell them about the phone. I didn't tell anyone. But after the 7th night, I broke. The call came at 2:47 a.m. as always. I answered. I don't know why. Maybe I was tired of being afraid. Maybe I wanted to face it. Maybe I just wanted it to stop. I put the phone to my ear and said, "Who is this?" The line hissed for a moment. Then the voice came back, slow again, stretched, like taffy being pulled. But this time it wasn't saying, "Help me." It said name, my full name. First, middle, last, my blood turned to ice. No one calls me by my middle name. Not my parents, not my ex-wife, not the government. It's on my birth certificate and nowhere else. I've never told a single person what it is. I whispered. "How do you know that?" The voice laughed. It was the same laugh from the previous night. The child's laugh, hollow and breathless. But underneath it, there was another sound. A sound I couldn't place at first. Then I recognized it, jangling keys. Someone was walking through my house. I spun around. My bedroom door was closed. The light was off. I could see the thin line of the hallway light under the door. Nothing moved. No shadows. No footsteps. But I could hear the keys on the phone. Jangling. Closer now. "You're not in my house," I said. My voice cracked. The laugh stopped. The keys stopped. And the voice said very clearly, very slowly, "Look behind you." I didn't want to. Every nerve in my body screamed at me to stay still, to keep my eyes forward, to pretend I hadn't heard. But my head turned anyway. It turned like it was being pulled by strings. Behind me was the window, the one that faces the backyard. The blinds were closed, but there was a gap, a narrow gap between two slats. And through that gap, I could see the dark shape of my back porch. And on the porch, standing just outside the window, was a figure. It was tall, too tall. Its head almost touched the porch ceiling. It was wearing a long coat, dark and wet looking, and its face was hidden in shadow. But I could see its hands, long, pale hands with too many fingers. They were holding a set of keys, my keys, the ones I'd left on the kitchen counter. The figure raised one hand and pressed it against the glass. The window fogged where its palm touched, and then it smiled. I saw the smile in the dim light, a white, lipless smile that stretched across its face like a cut. On the phone, the voice said, "Let me in." I dropped the phone. It hit the carpet and the call ended. When I looked back at the window, the figure was gone. The porch was empty. My keys were still on the kitchen counter where I'd left them. I didn't sleep that night. I sat in the corner of my bedroom with a kitchen knife in my hand, watching the window until the sun came up. The phone stayed dark. No calls. I thought it was over. I was wrong. The next night, 2:47 a.m., my phone rang again. I didn't answer. I let it ring until it stopped. A voicemail appeared. I didn't listen to it. I turned the phone off and put it in a drawer. But the call came anyway. Not on my phone, on my laptop. A FaceTime request from an unknown email address. I declined. It rang again. I closed the laptop. Then my tablet buzzed. Then my smart speaker lit up, its little colored ring spinning, and a voice came out of it. The same slow, stretched voice, saying my name over and over. I unplugged everything. I pulled the batteries out of my phone. I sat in the dark, in the silence, and I waited. At 2:48 a.m., the power went out. Not the whole house, just my bedroom. The hallway light stayed on, the kitchen light stayed on. But my room went black, and the silence was so total that I could hear my own heartbeat. Then I heard the keys, jangling. Coming from the hallway, I grabbed the knife and stood up. The bedroom door was still closed. I could see the light under it, and I could see shadows moving, multiple shadows, crossing back and forth, like several people were pacing just outside my door. The keys stopped jangling. The shadows stopped moving. The doorknob turned. I screamed. I don't remember what I screamed. Something wordless, something animal. I threw myself against the door and held the knob in place with both hands. I felt something on the other side push back, not hard, just a pressure. Steady, patient, like water finding its way through a crack. Then the pressure stopped. I heard footsteps walking away. The front door opened, then closed, then silence. I stayed against that door until morning. When the sun finally rose, I opened it and walked through my house. Everything was in its place. Nothing was missing. Nothing was broken. But on my kitchen counter, next to my keys, there was a piece of paper. It hadn't been there the night before. On the paper, in handwriting that was too neat, too perfect, was a message. You have 4 days. I don't know what happens in 4 days. I don't want to know. I've been staying with a friend since then. I didn't tell her why. I just said there was a gas leak. I left my phone in a drawer at home. I haven't used a computer or a tablet or anything with a speaker. I've been living like it's 1995. But last night, my friend's phone rang at 2:47 a.m. She doesn't get calls at that hour. She let it go to voicemail. When she checked the recording, she looked at me with an expression I'll never forget. Confusion, fear, something else, pity. She handed me the phone. I put it to my ear. The voice was there, slower than ever, stretched so thin it was almost musical. You can't hide from me, it said. I'm not in the phone. I'm in the silence between the rings. I'm in the dark when the battery dies. I'm in the space you don't look. 4 days. Then I won't ask anymore. The call ended. My friend asked me what that was about. I didn't answer. I just handed her back the phone and walked outside. It was cold. The sky was clear. The stars were out. And somewhere in the distance, I heard keys jangling. I'm telling you this because I don't know what else to do. I've tried blocking the number. I've tried destroying the phone. I've tried running. But the calls follow me. Not because of the device. Because of me. Because I answered. Because I said hello when I should have said nothing. If you ever get a call at 2:47 a.m. from a number you don't know, don't answer. Don't listen to the voicemail. Don't even look at the screen. Throw the phone away. Burn it. Bury it. I don't care. Just don't let it hear your voice, because once it knows your name, your real name, the one you never tell anyone, it won't stop. It will wait outside your window. It will jangle your keys. It will whisper to you from the silence between heartbeats. And on the 4th day, it will stop asking to come in. It will already be inside.